Okay, I'm recording the glass breakage on my front end Kenmore Elite Washer. It just had gone through a spin cycle, a rinse and spin cycle, and I opened the door. Everything looked fine. I opened the door up, and when I opened the door, I started to get out some laundry, and it popped. There was a pop came from it, and it shattered and hit the ground. It didn't really shatter where it popped. It sent shards, and it actually hit me in the leg in two spots. The shards did. It cut my leg. And you can see some of the blood here on the floor that I haven't gotten cleaned up yet from where it hit me. My leg was not under that big piece, or my foot, and it did not cut, it did not break like safety glass breaks. This broke, and you can see that those pieces, this fell just like it did, and those pieces was inside this piece. So it came down, and you can see the sharp edge right there. If the camera took it properly, you can see that sharp edge is just like an axe or some type of blade. If that came down on my foot, I would have had a broken foot, or a tore up foot I'd been bleeding a lot more than what I was. And all these other little pieces here, if I had had a child in here, or my dog, which normally is right by my side and then down by my legs, if that would have hit him, that would have been a pet that would really have been badly injured. And I think I may have it actually shattered and actually got shards in these towels, and I brushed up against it and felt the shards in my towels. There's pieces of shard there that's in the towels. I don't know if this GoPro's taking the shot good enough, and you can see around the edges how it broke. And this is a fairly new, it's only 3 years old. And I don't know what caused it, but I did find this rubber piece had come off, or had worn off. And I don't know if I can get the light to come on inside there. There we go. Get some light on it. And you can see where there's some type, this rubber, that rubber there had rubbed or something in there. I had never seen that before. And even this piece here looks like it's might have, I don't know, but everything, I could bounce it around inside. I'm not seeing it, out of balance real bad. I guess it could have been popping up if it was out of balance real bad. I did hear a noise come from it, but I think it was from this getting caught or something up here, up under, to be able to cut it off the way it did. It had to have been caught in this, rubbing against it and breaking it, or causing some extra heat or something in the process, or causing friction against this glass that I don't know about. I can't tell. I don't see any marks on the glass where it looked like the rubber had bounced onto it or hit it. And it could have been the drum that, but the thing of it was, it did not break until it didn't break until I went to open the door. I had the door all the way open. or at least open like that. It was open like that when it fell. I was reaching inside to pull out my laundry. I just reached over here to pull out the laundry, grabbed a piece of laundry, and just as soon as I grabbed that laundry, I heard that pop. And when it popped, I was standing like this, just normal, just sitting here, waiting to get my laundry out. Pulled it open, just opened the door a little bit like that, pulled out the laundry, and heard a pop. Glass hit my leg. I had a couple spots on my leg that was bleeding, and then of course, at the pop, felt it hit my leg. Looked down, just enough time to see the glass fall into the ground. Of course, I pulled myself back away from it, and it didn't hit me in the foot, which I was lucky that I didn't get hit in the foot by it. But it's glass bounced off that wall over there, little pieces over here. It was all the way out to the door there. I actually had to, because I was in here barefooted at the time, I had to sweep my way out, and there's still all kinds of tiny little shards. I don't know if you can see them on the film or not, but there's tiny little shards all in that glass. And that's the kind of shard that hit my leg, because it didn't make a very big spot. I'll pick up this one little shard here that that's just like a knife or an arrow. Could you imagine that going into your body if you stepped on it, or if it just came out of there with enough force to drive it into your leg? But that's where that was sitting. Had I been in another position or somewhere else and not back away from it a little bit, I would have sustained a much worse injury. And I just need to let people know that these, even though they're saying, they've done some improvements on these, and this is a 2012 model. It's only 3 years old, 3.5 years old. So you can see that it's not. It shouldn't be busting the front glass window out. That's for sure. We've got it. There's a defect in this somehow, and I don't buy their logic about coins and stuff like that, because this washer, the only thing I've ever picked up as a coin inside there was a dime and a couple pennies that got left in some pants, and that's been some time ago, and I haven't had any other coins in there. Now the thing that, there's clothes that we've washed that has buttons on it that's much heavier than, that's normal clothing. It's normal clothing that have buttons and zippers and stuff like that. And these washers, whether their design should be to where they can take a piece of clothing that's got a zipper on it, or it's got or anything that is washable should be able to be washed in it. If they are designing washing machines, they need to make sure that if they're going to break by doing normal wash, then they're not a washing machine, they're a hazard. And they should not be sold having this type of a defect in them. And I've made a complaint to the to Sears about it. It is not under warranty, because I'm a pretty good mechanic and I can take care of my own stuff. I had a Whirlpool front loader just like this several years ago. Bought it in 2002. It's now been working and continues to work today. It's 2015, so that unit is 13 years old. And this one breaks down in 3 years, or has this kind of catastrophic failure in 3 years. And the only thing wrong with my other Kenmore, or the other Whirlpool, which I got at Sears, the only thing was wrong with it is that this plastic stuff, as you can see on this unit, this plastic cracks, gets brittle and cracks. And I can see that this one, only after 3.5 years, is doing that. So I would not recommend a Kenmore Elite to anybody, especially this model right here. There's just too much going wrong with it. Here's my dog. He's usually right by my side, and my poor old dog would have been in a hurt. Bongo, look up at the camera. Bongo, Bongo, come. Bongo, come. Is he scared? He's scared of getting him. But I just wanted to make this little video to show that be aware that these things do not have your kids around you when you're pulling clothes out of a front load washer, because this could have been a lot more tragic had my dog been right beside me, or or any of my grandkids have been in here. It would have been terrible. Thank you for your time. Bye.